I did hear the sense of the tone of urgency in the voicemail that you left me. So that's why I tried to book a meeting as soon as possible. Do you want to just tell me what happened?
Yeah, well, I'm being kicked out of my, my mom's kicking me out of her home.
Yeah, that does sound urgent. So before we start anything, I just want to remind you, like we did talk about in the first meeting, that anything that you and I have a conversation about is going to be completely confidential. The only times I would have to breach the confidentiality is in the following. So anything that relates to communicable diseases such as HIV/AIDS, any abuse to yourself such as self-harm or suicide, or any abuse to others. If it includes child abuse, or if it's court mandated where I have to provide the information, or if there's any suspected abuse in a long-term care facility. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. So, just to start off, do you want to just tell me what has been going on? Because I noticed that in the past couple sessions with you, I haven't gotten much information, and I understand that it is hard to talk about it with a stranger especially. So I just want to let you know, take your time, take your pace. I just want to get to know you a little bit better because it kind of seems like I haven't gotten the full information yet.
Okay, well, I'm being kicked out, so that's really the biggest problem, but me and my mom, we haven't really been, we've never seen eye to eye, and she just isn't really understanding what I'm going through. You know, I'm a single parent. I have my 18-month-old that I need to take care of, and currently receiving money from Ontario Works. I would like to get a job, but all my time is taking care of Giles when he's not at daycare. Sorry, Jarvis.
So I'm just gonna stop you there for a second. Is it okay if I take notes during our meeting?
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. And you've given me a lot of information about your mom, your relationship with her, about your you not having a job, your tension, your stress with your child. So is there any of the topics that you want to talk about first? Something that's bothering you the most, or anything like that?
I guess it's mostly has to do with my mom, because she just, like I said, she doesn't understand what I'm going through. I have no place to live. I'm going to be homeless. She's only giving me a month, and I have no idea what to do, and that's why I called you. And I know, I'm hoping that you can help me out.
Definitely, of course. What I will do is after our meeting, I will try to set you up with a broker here. She will help you with the housing, and that way you did mention about the education and stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, because most of the housing places usually have training for jobs and stuff. So that way when you get set up with her, she will be able to explain it better. So today what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get some information so that way you can help her with finding you something that is more applicable for your situation right now. Okay? So do you want to start off just telling me about how long you've had, you did mention that your relationship with your mom it's very stressful. So can you just tell me, has it always been that way, or is it something that just started recently, or why it has been this way?
Well, I would say it's, for the longest time, we've never really got along. My parents, when they were together, I could tell it was abusive. My dad had no respect for my mother, and he would call her names and even get physical at times, but he never got physical with me. And then one day he just never came back. And I don't know if my mom blames me, or I have no idea, but we just never had a good relationship. and, sometimes I wish he would come back, and,
Definitely. And, so can you just tell me a little bit about, your son and your relationship with him? How was your mom with your son? What was his name again?
his name is Jarvis.
Okay. And, you didn't tell me how old he was?
He's 18 months. He's the best thing in my life.
That's always good to hear. So I'm
He's
glad
my
that-
reason to live.
Yeah. Okay, before I continue at all, I just want to, this is a completely just a question for, just for me to know. Have you ever thought about suicide or self-harm in any way?
No, I haven't.
That's
Yeah.
good, that's really good. And, it is really good that you did come in today to just talk to me. And it's a really good step that you are opening up more, and that way I get to help you a little bit more. Can you tell me about your, son and his relationship with his father? Is there a relationship there? Do you have a relationship with his father?
Well, my Lenny, that's his name. I have a restraining order against him, and obviously because I'm the dependent or the parent, I'm Jarvis is with me in my care. Lenny can't see him, and I do feel bad for that, but I can't live with him. He's been physical with me, and I can't go back to that.
Well, it's really good that, you noticed the steps that you had to take to stay away from that, because of course your mental health does mean a lot and is very important. And I'm really, I commend you for being able to step out of that relationship. That's a really big step and you've taken it, so that's obviously a first step to recovery.
But I gotta admit, like, it's really hard on me because I wanted Jarvis to have a family, and I'm taking that away from him. And
Do you wanna just take a minute? Do you want me to go get you some water? You can just take a minute, okay? I'll be right back. Some water for you. How are you feeling?
a little bit better, but
Yeah. It's always good to just talk to someone, of course, just to have that out of your mind, because when you don't have anyone to talk to, or when you keep it in yourself, just kind of starts eating you away, and you definitely don't want that, right?
yeah.
So, just take some time, pace yourself. Just, whenever you're ready to talk, just let me know and I'll continue on with this, okay?
Okay. Well, I guess something that I feel, I've been feeling is really lonely. I don't have any friends. Lenny was my only friend, and I met him when I was 16. I was with him throughout high school, and he was someone I loved so much, and we had a child together, and now, you know, I haven't seen him since, well, I would say like we were living together, but I haven't seen him in a long time, and I know I can't take things back, and child services got involved, and I know it's something I can't reverse, the restraining order, and you know, all of that, but yeah, he was just not the person I fell in love with. We got pregnant, and we moved in together because I was pregnant, and we were trying to build a home for Jarvis. But, you know, life throws you a curveball, and you just, you know, I ended up with no friends. I left all my friends in high school, and my mom's not helping me, and my mom is my only family. Like, I don't have anyone else other than Jarvis now. It's just me and Jarvis.
So what you've told me so far is that you did live with Lenny, am I correct with that?
Yeah.
Can you just tell me the process of how you went from living with Lenny to how you got a restraining order, just to clear things up for myself?
Okay. Let me think. So I was living with Lenny. We got pregnant. I was pregnant, living with him, and then it wasn't until after I gave birth, like Jarvis, we were taking care of him, and I know Lenny throughout our relationship was just a very jealous person, and it was okay. But when we lived together, he showed me this side that I've never seen, and he hurt me, and I was afraid that he was gonna hurt Jarvis. I was just that fear, that anxiety of what if one day.
Definitely, yeah, of course. And it's your right to be scared for your own child, right? You have to make sure he is protected at all times. You have to make sure you are giving him a safe place to live in, of course.
And that's what I want to do. I need to find a home. I need to create stability for him, because I'm his mom. I'm someone he depends on.
Definitely. Of course. From what you've told me, there is a lot of stress that I'm hearing, and I just want to ask, do you have any coping strategies that you have?
What do you mean by that?
Okay, so what a coping strategy is something like, for example, taking a walk in the park, listening to some music.
I would say I do that often.
Yeah.
When I feel overwhelmed with my mom, and you know what's going on, because she does put so much stress on me, like, and so I'll just take Jarvis out for a walk to the park, and it relaxes me, just like being outdoors and, you know, getting the sun on me.
Definitely. And it's always good to have a coping strategy, because when you are stuck in the same situation, all like without a break, it kind of starts getting to you when it starts to become a mental health issue. And it's really good that you are taking that time to take a break from all this and just spending some time with your son with the breath of fresh air, of course.
Yeah.
That's definitely something that's good. Can you just tell me why your mom is asking you to move out? And at any point you feel uncomfortable about talking any of this, just let me know and I will move on.
Well, I really don't understand what's going on with her, but I just know, like, we've been fighting so much. We don't understand each other, and I every time I try talking to her, she just doesn't listen.
Is there a reason, does she have anything against, like, how does she feel about Lenny? How does she feel about your situation with Lenny and the restraining order? Does she feel that it's okay? Does she think that Jarvis needs his dad?
Well, I kind of had a feeling she was afraid of him,
Mm-hmm.
but that was more when I was living with him.
Is there a reason for that?
You know what, I'm not too sure.
That's fine, yeah.
Yeah, but with the restraining order, I know that she was, I got some support from her,
Mhm.
yeah.
It's always good to have that support, especially when you're going through
Yeah.
a tough time.
And
And it is, yeah, of course, she is asking you to move out now,
yeah.
and we're gonna get you help with that, no worries. So, we did cover the critical events during this time, I just got some information about that. But I did ask you to do a genogram when you could. I'm just wondering, did you have that done for today?
Yeah, I did,
Yeah?
did it last night.
That's good. So we're just gonna go through that, just for me to get some information about it, okay?
Yeah, here it is.
Alright, so this is just your, immediate family.
Yeah.
Can you, do you mind just, going through it with me?
Yeah, sure. So, I followed the diagram you gave me. So this is my father, this is my mother. They never really had a good relationship. I would say it was abusive. And he did leave when I was 10. So they're no longer together.
Mm-hmm.
My dad, I just never really got to know him. I only remember him from my childhood, and he, from what the little bit that I remember, was he was good to me. I just don't really remember him. It's really faded, my memory. My mother, we don't get along. We're indifferent. And my relationship with Lenny, well, we're separated now. We never did get married, so I'm really glad for that. But we do have Jarvis now to take care of. I really haven't heard or seen Lenny in a really long time. Yeah, but I would say our relationship was rocky, I guess abusive at the ending. Mine and Jarvis's relationship is really good. He's my little boy, and I'm really happy. He really is the best thing in my life. Lenny and Jarvis, well, he was good to Lenny. Lenny was good to Jarvis, but again, they haven't seen each other in a really long time, so just, yeah, that's it. That's mine.
So, is it okay if I keep this copy, or do you need it?
Yeah, you
Or I
can
can
take it.
just take a photocopy and then I can return it to you, okay?
Okay.
So I'm just I'll do that later, but, so our session today is almost coming to an end, but I feel much better about the information that you've given me, because I have a lot of information now. So what I'm gonna do is, next week, so I'm going to give you a call sometime during this week. I'm going to set you up with, I believe it's going to be Maria. She's going to help you through the housing needs, because that does seem like one of the biggest priority at the moment. She's going to go through the different options that you would have, how long the wait time would be, and she's going to basically give you in-depth information of all of them. That way you'll have an understanding on where or what kind of opportunities you would have, okay?
Okay, that sounds really good.
Okay. So is there any questions that you have for me for today?
I guess, no, I think you really helped me.
Good.
Thank you.
And you know what, today you've made a really big step of coming to me, and it is really great that you've opened up and you've talked about it, because sometimes you just do need to talk about it, get it out of your system, and it really helps in turn, because when you keep it in, it starts to just be on your mind at all times. So I'm really glad that I commend you for coming in today and having this conversation. So I'm going to photocopy this and I'm gonna come back and give this to you, okay?
Okay.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
So I've made a copy for myself. So this is going to be yours. There you go.
Thank you.
So I will give you a call sometime this week regarding the whole thing about Maria, or maybe she will actually call you.
Okay.
But you will get a call this week, and that way we will set up a date when you're comfortable with coming in.
Yes, please, as soon as possible.
Of
I
course.
really need to find a
I
place.
will make sure that it's an emergency. And I hope you have a good day today. And it was really nice seeing you.
Yes. Thank you, Ms. Jarvis, for getting me in.
No worries. It was nice seeing you.
Bye.
Hi, I'm looking for a Doris.
I'm here.
Hi, nice to meet you. How are you today?
I'm okay.
My name's Maria.
Thank you. Hi, Maria. Hi.
Alright. So how are you today?
I'm okay.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright. Okay, so I have your file here from Giles. Okay. So it looks like today you're seeing me about any type of affordable housing or anything like that,
Mhm.
right? Okay,
Mhm.
perfect. So I just wanted to touch on real quick about the confidentiality agreement that you had signed off with Giles last week.
A few weeks ago.
Okay, a few weeks ago. So within our agency, that is a part of our policy, within that confidentiality agreement, that still does refer to me as well.
Mm-hmm.
So any type of conversation that you have with me today, that still continues. Everything that we do say is confidential, unless of course there is any type of talk about self-harm, any possibility of child abuse, or if any of my notes that we will be taking today is ever subpoenaed for court. Okay, in any of those instances, that confidentiality will have to be taken.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay, perfect. All right, Doris, you want to tell me a little bit about you today? Before we get started?
Well, my name is Doris. I'm 20 years old.
Mhm.
I have a 18-month-old Jarvis. His name is Jarvis.
Okay.
I'm living with my mom at the moment, but she's kicking me out.
Okay. Okay. Do you mind if I take notes while we speak?
No problem.
Okay, perfect. So, okay. So your mom's kicking you out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so at the moment, how long do you think we've got to start the application process? Can we get you into somewhere else?
She said I have a month
Okay.
to get my shit together and get out.
Okay. All right. And as of right now, is it in the process of moving out of your mom's place? Is it just you and Jarvis, or is there anybody else with you?
It's just me and Jarvis.
Okay. So no other adult, no other type of supports?
No.
Okay. That must be a scary time.
Yeah, it is. That's why I need all the help I can get.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's what we're here for. I'm so glad you came in and
Mm-hmm.
willing to talk to us about this. Awesome, okay. So, I have looked up a couple of places. Are you would you prefer to stay in Peel, or are you looking for any outside?
I want to stay within Brampton.
Okay.
I'm currently living in Brampton, but I do want to move away from the area I live in. It's not a good area, and I don't want to raise my son in that.
Okay, alright, no problem. I see that. So, as of right now, I do have The Salvation Army, is that an organization at all that you've heard about?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, perfect. Is that somewhere that you can see maybe, going one day? Do you know what like type of shelters or anything are out there?
No, I really don't.
You just heard the name,
Yes.
right? Okay, like the thrift stores and everything that we've seen in Brampton?
Yeah.
Okay, so there is one particular one, it is the youth shelter, it's on Highway 7, I don't know if you've ever like maybe passed by it while driving?
Well, it'll drive.
Okay.
I take the bus.
Okay, so no car, that's absolutely no problem. So what I can do is, if this is an organization that you'd be willing to maybe go check out, start an application process, I can, give you directions on how to take the bus there. What's your major intersection?
It's Vauden and Kennedy.
Oh, okay, so that's not too bad. It'll be about a 28-minute, maybe 30 bus ride. Is that something that you'd be willing to do?
It is, but I would like to know more about it.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, so with the Salvation Army and the youth shelter, what they have is they do have transitional housing. Okay?
What is that?
So basically what they would do is they would offer temporary housing and that would enable you to set up any type of permanent or affordable housing within a 6-month to 2-year period.
Well, that does seem better than, in a month, so.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Have you looked at any other organizations before coming to us, or is this like all new to you?
This is all new to me.
Okay, all right, no problem. So with the Salvation Army, they also offer job training within their youth shelter.
Okay, I would like to get a job right now. I'm getting money from Ontario Works.
Okay, so you're on OW, all right. Okay, and any type of job that you're looking for? What's your education status, anything like that?
Well, I just graduated high school right before I had my son, and I haven't gotten any training or post-secondary college or university behind me, so I don't really know what I can do.
Okay. You don't really know what you can do in what sense?
I don't know if anyone will take me because I just don't have experience.
Okay. Well, I mean, from what I can see, you have 18 months of experience as a mother. You've got 18 months of experience of taking care of somebody, cleaning up after somebody. So maybe you have never used a cash register before, but you know how to clean, you know how to do like all these little life skills, right? So definitely don't take that away from yourself.
Okay.
Okay? And you definitely know how to do things. Okay, so we definitely got that grade 12 education, so that's fine. So we got job training that they offer, and then also job searches.
Okay.
Okay, so any little thing that you know how to do, if you think it's small, let them know. Okay, so that any type of real life experience, a lot of people are looking for that as well, and that can help, boost a resume and get yourself somewhere. Okay.
That'll be helpful. I don't have a resume.
Yeah. Okay, so that would probably be in the job training as well.
Okay.
Okay, and then they do also offer life skills. So anything that you do know now, you can take to the table there and then improve upon.
Okay.
Okay, how does that sound so far?
Sounds pretty good.
Awesome. Okay, so that's with our Salvation Army. Now we do also have Angela's Place. Okay, so as of right now, everything we've got so far is pretty good with them. You do have to be one parent with a dependent, which is what we are. You've got Jarvis, and you've got one parent. Okay, you do have to be a member of Peel, and if you're living in Brampton, we're good there. You do have to be on OW, which you are, and you must be at risk of homelessness, and that is something that we are not working towards, but something that is happening. Working towards is not what you should be saying anyways, sorry.
Okay.
So that's with 1 month of your mom coming out. Okay, so with Angela's Place. Now the thing about them is that when you do apply, there is 18-month to a 6-year waitlist period.
It's a long time.
It is a long time. How do you feel about that?
Scared, just, if this were my only option, I feel like I'm gonna be homeless.
Okay. That's definitely a scary feeling, but that is why we have all these extra options for you in order to get you feeling a little bit more secure. Is everything okay?
Just checking to see if my son is okay. He's at daycare right now,
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you maybe want to take a second and grab you some water?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah? Okay, just give me a second. Here you go, here's some water. You doing okay?
It's okay. I'm sorry.
It's okay,
I'm sorry.
it's okay,
I'm just
it's
a little
okay.
emotional.
Yeah, absolutely. I would be too in your spot. This is always a scary process, especially with having someone so young. It's very brave coming in here and letting us see that vulnerability. You know, it's an emotional roller coaster at this point, right? I don't think those are the right words, but we're gonna go with it. Okay, so are you ready to get back in? Do you want to take a seat for a second?
I can do it. I can
Do it? Okay, awesome. Good to hear. Okay, so now I know that the wait time does seem a little bit daunting, but with Angela's Place, you do get 3 interview opportunities with them. So applications, interviews, anything like that, you do get 3 opportunities with them, okay? Now, if none of those interviews are taken, like they aren't approved, you can always restart the process. And it does seem a little bit scary because like at the end of the day, interviews tend to worry some people a little bit, but not to worry, we can like definitely work you through that, okay? Help you out with that. Now, if at any chance you feel like perhaps the interviewer is not giving you a fair chance, you can actually appeal those interviews, okay? You can appeal away if you're not granted access or like on the wait list.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, okay, awesome. Now the great thing about Angela's Place, like the reason why I'm bringing it up to you even with the wait time, is that it does have an appeal youth village. And in order to become part of that, you would have to be in your age frame, so it's 14 to 24, and you're 20, correct?
Yep.
Perfect. Okay, so with the Appeal Youth Village, what you can do is with them you can establish an action plan and connect with appropriate community resources. So in that case, you can build up a community of your own, find different sources that can really help you out, with you and with Jarvis, perhaps both of you separate, like any type of daycare or anything like that. Okay, how's that sounding?
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah?
I don't really like this daycare that Jarvis is in.
Okay.
It's not working out.
No? Okay. Definitely not a great feeling thinking that maybe your son isn't having like the best of time somewhere when you leave him alone. Yeah. Alright, so our last option that we have right now, we can always find more, don't worry about that, is the region appeal. Okay, now I did save this one for last, only because it's a little bit more, I wanna say the word structure, but that's not right either, damn it. Okay, so for the region appeal, you can apply even if you don't live in Peel, that's the case here, so don't worry about that. Now, the wait time is not completely specific, okay? So with the wait time, it depends on how many beds you would like, so like how many bedrooms. Now with you and Jarvis and him being 18 months, what are you looking at with that? Like how many bedrooms are we looking at?
Well, it does depend on how long we're gonna be there, but
Okay.
I would say 2 bedrooms, if that's possible, but
Yeah.
we could definitely go with 1 bedroom
Okay.
if that's available.
Okay, no worries. Okay, so we can definitely put that in the application. That way we can perhaps hopefully lessen the wait time a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, because that does become a factor. Now, the thing with region appeal as well, with Angela's Place, as we said, as I mentioned, you do have 3 times to interview and to apply. With region appeal, you only have the 1. You may only apply once. Okay? I guess that's why the wait list is so long with that only 1 application. So that wait time.
You mean once in my lifetime?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, I know, which is another reason why I kind of left it for the end. It's a little bit more daunting in that sense. But what they do give you is they do give you an option to update it. So say we go ahead with Salvation Army. Okay, you maybe get that transitional housing, or maybe you're just at the end of it, but then something does happen and you need to change your circumstances. Maybe you move in with your mom again. Why are you guys doing this? Maybe you move in with your mom again. So anytime you move or anytime you need to update your information, you update them as well. Okay, always keep them updated. Guys, stop it. We're almost done. So that's what's so good about the region appeal. You can always update them. As long as you keep them up to date, you will stay on their wait list. Okay?
Okay.
Now, within them, you did say you want to stay in Brampton.
I do.
Okay. Now, the Brampton wait time for the region appeal of 1 to 2 bedrooms is a 5 to 10 year wait.
I can't wait that long. I'm gonna be homeless.
Okay. Within Mississauga, it's a 5.5 to 9 years, and then with Caledon, it is a little bit shorter. It's 5 to 7 years. And then
Shorter.
I shouldn't laugh. Damn it! So that it's a little bit shorter, but again, your application will always be with them. Okay, as long as you're in any type of situation, any type of transitional housing situation, your application will stay with them. So, if Salvation Army or Angela's Place can get you transitional housing or permanent housing, and something happens, and you get off the wait list for region appeal, you're more than welcome to go with them as well, because you are still in their system.
Okay.
You are still with them, so they're kind of like a really good backup plan.
Okay, I like that.
Okay, so what would you like to do moving forward after seeing these options?
I do want to apply for Angela's Place.
Okay, perfect.
That's, I guess, the place that I would want to get right off the bat, but I know obviously there's a time problem with that, and so I think the best thing, in case, you know, I don't have a home in a month, then I should go with Salvation Army.
Okay.
But I really do want to go with Angela's Place.
Yeah.
There's a lot of benefits.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Awesome. I'm glad you're making these decisions. You know, we're getting like a little bit more concrete, right? How are you feeling about that? Feeling like you can like start applying for places?
I feel a little bit better. I feel like now that I know my options, it's just all about, I guess, applying and waiting, see what happens.
Yeah, for sure. And again, we're always here. We're here as a guide, we're here as a resource, we're here as somebody to talk to, right? And even with Giles, you can always go back and talk to him or another session with him, right? There's always going to be resources for you. Even if it's not within our agency, there's other places that will be more than happy to help you out.
Okay.
Okay? Alright, so we're going to start the application process for Angela's Place, move on to Salvation Army, and then we're good to go. Okay?
Okay. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Wonderful.